Commence primary ignition.
I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
What a piece of junk.
Enterprise, this is the captain.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's all part of the plan.
Engage.
Welcome to Podcast 2 for 1. I am your host, Donovan Thompson, with my co-host,
Daniel Wingfield, and I don't know what this episode's about yet, so why don't you get to that so I'm on the same
This
page.
is episode 52. Yes, 52, and we are talking Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm on the page now.
Episode 52, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Right.
Of course, we've shot some things out of order, and
You may notice us wearing the same set of clothes for several weeks in a row.
Maybe.
I promise I do my laundry.
Yeah. Well, maybe not, because this is a few episodes last time we wore this outfit.
Who knows?
It'll work out. It'll work out. Don't worry about that.
Listen, I don't schedule. I just make the shit. He schedules.
Exactly.
It. Okay?
So,
That's
of
not
course,
my department.
Of course, if you like the channel and you want to support us in the podcast, head over to Podcast 2 for 1 on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and of course, leave comments in the comments below. And we'll always answer back to them in case we become rich and famous and we won't anymore. And we want to know your thoughts about this movie as well. So Bill and Ted Face the Music, and of course, this is the Babycast. We're gonna keep it short and sweet, like a baby.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you, I tried to get him to watch this movie, and I wish he had. But what a good, heartfelt movie.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It feels like everyone, like especially fans of the franchise, just really, it was like a love letter to the fans.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the original two or cared about
First
it at
one.
all?
I watched the first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I grew up watching Bogus Adventure, which is the second one.
Yeah.
And the first one's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
And
Wait, is the first one when they meet God?
I don't.
They go to heaven?
I don't remember. I think they die in the second one.
So maybe I've only seen the second one.
Yeah, the second one at the very end,
I've seen one.
they riff out to like evil guitar versions
That's
of
it.
themselves.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
the
okay,
second
okay,
one.
okay.
Now the first one, some people like the first one better. I like the second one just because I think
Okay.
it's more fun and the ending's better. It's got Kiss's "God Gave Rock and Roll to You"
Oh, okay.
at the end of it, which is just a fucking amazing rock song. So when this movie, they've been talking about this movie for a long time, the sequel, Face the Music. And it's one of those things like it was in development hell for a very long period of time.
It's true.
We knew Keanu, and we also knew that Alex Winter both wanted to come back and do this movie, but we just didn't know if the stars would align, you
Right.
know, with
Yeah,
X, Y,
yeah.
and Z.
Keanu is one of the hottest stars in
He's
Hollywood.
hot, he's hot. He's had a resurgence the last few years. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
the Keanu songs that we like to talk about. And Alex Winter has done other producing and directing and other things like that
Okay.
since his time as
his
Bill
acting.
and Ted. Yeah. So it was kind of like, what's this movie going to be? X, Y, and Z. And I'm telling you, man, it's about, of course, being parents. It's about generations. And the overarching thing, of course, story wise, is they've been told in the previous movies that you're going to write a song that's going to unite the world.
Mm-hmm.
And they've kind of like they've been seen from the future and all these other things that you've
Right.
got to do this, and your song will save reality as we know it.
Right.
And this movie is about what happens when you don't live up to the expectations that people have put on you, and what happens when you've grown up and your life is different than what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And then it's about coming to face with what that looks like in X, Y, and Z.
Wow.
And I'm telling
It's
you,
deep.
There's some deeper things.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go into that too much.
Okay.
But you can kind of
But that's an
extrapolate
interesting
that.
theme. It's like at least it's an honest theme.
It is
in a film. I like that.
Yeah, and it was fun because we have their daughters in this. They both have, of course, a daughter apiece, and they're married also in the movies,
Right.
To the girls I think that were in the previous two sequels or previous films, and it's them. Funny enough, they've been told, "Hey, now you have a deadline. Like you're supposed to write this song at this time. Where's it at?"
Right.
And they're like, and they've been failing for 20 years. They've been
Trying to
write it, and they've been trying to do these dingy clubs, and they're like, "This is it."
Yeah.
And there's some funny beats there, and now they're like, "Well, how do we know that we do it? We've been told we do it."
Yeah.
So then that going through time and trying to steal it from themselves in the
Oh,
future.
that's fun. That's
so
fun.
so they're going to the future and trying to steal it
Yeah.
from themselves. And there's a lot of course, there's time traveling kind of things happening.
Tropes
At
and
that,
funny
at that same
things,
time, their daughters who are just like very like modern day, not hippies, but they're modern day Bill and Ted. They talk like them, they dress like them, X, Y, and Z, and they love rock and roll, and just like their fathers do.
Of course.
And they're going back in time trying to pull this ultimate band from people in the past.
Oh wow.
You know, and it's kind of some similar beats from the other movies of pulling
Sure.
people, like especially in the first movie. You know, because we have like Jimi Hendrix, we have Louis Armstrong, and we have Amadeus. And,
Funny.
and we have Lin Lung, who is like a flute player in
Right.
like in Japan, I believe, like hundreds of years ago. And then we have Grom, who's like a cave woman who is a drummer. That's like these are all real historical
wow.
band people. And so, like, yeah, there was a woman named Grom who was a percussionist back in the caveman era. There you go. And so we get to see all these people at the same time. Bill and Ted are going on this really funny, wacky journey. And it's not like belly laugh humor. It's just good, like, good food for your soul humor, you know? And it's like, oh, it's nice to see these
It's
characters.
feel good, and it's funny, and it's entertaining.
And it's nice to see Keanu just, you know, you can't help but love the man.
He's a very genuine, humble person.
And everything he does, you're just like, I think it's his whole career and him as a person. It's like whatever he does, you're just automatically enamored with him, and it comes attached with his character.
He's very famously just very courteous.
Yeah.
And just a very nice guy.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah.
And so, you know, where it all ends up, it's just like exactly where you want it to end up. And of course, there's a lot of things you can see coming a mile away, and it ends the story.
Yeah.
They've even said now, the writers, the original and of this one, said, hey, this is the end of it. This is, we don't know.
The finale.
We don't know anymore where we can go with these characters.
Right,
We've
right.
rounded out their arc
Yeah.
now. And I just really enjoyed it. And I thought it was fun. And
Yeah.
I originally was going to rent it for $20. You could rent it for $20. You could buy it for $25.
Oh, well, that's the easy
And then Matt
answer, right?
and I was like, I still want to own the hard copy. 'Cause
Sure.
I want
Sure.
the steel book. I want
Right.
the whatever.
But you're going to get that anyway.
Yeah,
You would have bought that anyway.
And Matt was like, I was like, I just need a push. And Matt was like, just do the $5 more. He said, you just gotta raise $5 more. And I was like,
Yeah.
you're right.
You did just get a raise.
And I just
True.
went,
True.
boop, and I just bought it, and now I have it on there. And
Nice.
I've even since we watched it that night, I went back and I've watched the last 7 minutes four or five times.
Yeah, just kind of the finale.
Just the finale,
Yeah.
because it's so fun, and
Yeah.
it's just it gives me chills actually watching it. And I've never been this huge Bill and Ted fan. I think kind of like almost like the power of Star Wars, and something that I think I've talked to you before about why I like Star Wars so much is I like the conversation around Star Wars.
Right.
I like what Star Wars has given us culturally as like a group of people, and I think I like the idea of talking about it and how it unites people versus the actual content we get out of it.
Sure.
And now I do like
Sure.
the content. But so there's something to me about when there's a franchise or there's an other thing that there's a group of people out there who really like and enjoy, and they bring it back and they actually kind of do a good job with it.
Yeah.
That it just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, and it may be the weakest of the three. It may be.
Sure.
But I think it's still it's worth your time if you're a fan.
It's
Absolutely.
a good ending of the story, though.
Yeah,
Sounds like
absolutely.
it's a really nice quarantine movie. Kind of just that, like,
Oh man, yeah,
make you forget about the troubles of the world for a minute, watch something that's nice and enjoyable and
yeah.
friendly and happy and
And you
has a
can-
good ending.
And you can tell this was meant for the movie theater. Like, it was shot
Really?
competently. It's lit great. I mean, you could tell it was meant for that. And it's playing in theaters at the time of this recording. It's playing in theaters right now, even in Arkansas.
Okay.
And so you can still
Very
go
nice.
watch it. And you know, I just bought my big old TV, and so
Yeah,
like
good way
for
to
me,
christen it.
for me,
Yeah.
it was great. It was in 4K, and you
Sure,
got to watch
sure,
it, and it looks
sure.
great, and
Yeah.
all those other things. Anyway, I loved it.
Yeah.
I feel like this might be the shortest Babycast.
That's
ever.
okay. I mean, it's a good one. It's like, hey, it's a good movie. You should check it out.
You should check it
know?
out. If you're a fan, check it out. Maybe we'll get, more Keanu here in the future if we can get out of this pandemic, and hopefully we will.
Well, at
soon.
least getting him more in the video game
in Cyberpunk, yes.
in about 2 months.
Yeah.
Hells
Well, Daniel, how can our
yeah.
writers write into us if they don't want to go to YouTube?
They can write into bit.ly/241mail. There you can fill out a simple little form. Let us know what you thought of Bill and Ted's, where you think it ranks. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Right? No.
Face the music.
Face the Music.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That was Where does it rank? You like it better, worse, middle? How do you feel about it? Let us know. bit.ly/241mail.
Yeah. And of course, again, like I mentioned multiple times now, go to the YouTube channel. That's where we get you get the most bang for your buck. Even though this is episode 52,
Exclusive content on there.
Yeah,
you can't get on the podcast services. I mean, you're only getting half the bang for the buck
Exactly.
that you're not giving us.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
whether you're flushing your life down the
You
toilet,
could get
basically.
more free stuff on the YouTube channel.
Right.
And if you subscribe, you can get
Right.
even more free stuff
Exactly.
to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It seems like math.
It's not hard, guys. It's not hard.
Yeah.
Go subscribe. Go like our videos. Go watch them.
Before we
Share 'em with your
sign out, I
friends.
do want to make one final note.
Okay.
This is episode 52,
Yeah.
and I just want to point out that there's also 52 universes in the DC universe.
True. There's an episode in each universe.
Yeah.
We actually have inserted an episode the lore of each universe.
So go back and watch them.
Yeah.
And once you find that reference,
Send it to us.
let me know. Like the video, and then
Okay. Yeah.
and comment below what the reference is. To
Right.
what universe.
And we will tell you if you did or didn't get it.
Yeah, and then you have to keep
And we
commenting.
will not be making that answer up on the spot. And
Nope.
just citing what the references are as you
Not
give
at
them
all.
the answers.
Yeah. Anyway, Daniel, thank you for talking to me about this.
Yes.
I hope you go watch it now. Maybe on your. It's
I
a
think
short
I might.
movie. It's a
Yeah.
short hour and
90
20,
minute. Okay.
30-minute movie.
Mm.
And
I like
make you,
those.
and make you feel good. Anyway, my name is Donovan Thompson,
I'm Daniel Wingfield.
and we have spoken.